So all I have to do to travel through time is get shot in the head? Huh. Guess Back to the Future's a bunch of bullshit. The Jacket, released in 2005 and is directed by John Mayberry, who's also behind such films like Love is the Devil and The Edge of Love. And this film is starring Adrian Brody, Keira Knightley, Chris Christopherson, Jennifer Jason Leigh, Kelly Lynch, and Daniel Craig. And the reason why we're talking about The Jacket today is because it was a PayPal recommendation and donation from a contributor and supporter of this channel, David Klimov. Thank you very much for this recommendation. Your recommendations have always been with films that I've never even heard of before, and I appreciate that, especially when it comes to films like this from 2005, which was my era of growing up. And there was this craze around like 2002 to 2006 where I call them like hot topic movies, where they're movies that people wearing just a whole bunch of hot topic get-ups would definitely be into this thing. The movie was giving me like hardcore butterfly effect feelings, and I just associate like those types of movies with the hot topic crowd, which I used to be in for a brief period of time, mainly because Hot Topic was the only place in town that was selling wrestling t-shirts, so it's the only place I can get my wrestling memorabilia. But enough of me blabbering about my own personal experience with the Hot Topic crowd. If anyone else out there also wants to be like David and help support me and contribute to this channel, you can select the QR code that's in the bottom left corner of your screen right now. Send over your donation of $5 or more with your movie recommendation, and if I have access to it, I will watch it, review it, and give you a little shout out just like what I did with David here. Jack Starks is a Gulf War veteran who was shot in the head and assumed dead. But it turned out that he somehow survived and has extreme amnesia from the incident. And after getting back to the States and wandering from place to place, he finds himself in a little mix-up between someone else shooting a cop, and they pin the blame on him. So now he's ordered into a mental institution so that he can undergo severe treatments to possibly fixing him and restoring his memory. And I'll be honest, the movie takes a little bit to kind of sink its claws into me, to grip me into carrying or at least figuring out what's going on in this movie, because the whole first half, at least, is Adrian Brody's character, the Starks character, just piecing together random thoughts and random memories that just pop up into his brain. He's helping a mother and a daughter with their car that broke down, he's hitchhiking, gets into a car with another guy, and then this guy gets pulled over and he shoots the cop because reasons, I guess. And the entire time I'm thinking, well, maybe the whole Gulf War thing didn't actually happen, and there was an accident that happened during this whole scuffle with the cop, or something with the mother and the girl. And I guess that's still a possibility. The actual reason why these things happen, I don't think we're ever 100% confirmed, but it doesn't really matter how this person's brain got all amnesiafied. It just matters that because this person is amnesiafied, and yes, I'm making that an actual word, he has the power to travel through time. Not just random events in time, he can only travel into, like, his future. But it's interesting because his future is actually his present, and then the present is actually his past. It can get a little confusing. But when it comes to these time travel films, you kind of have to sit back and go, Caleb, there's no set idea of how time works. It's all relative, and it's all just theories. So just sit back, relax, and try to enjoy the movie. And it became a solid watch, a solid psychological thriller. Adrian Brody, I think, does his best with what he is given here. Keira Knightley, well, I guess I don't want to spoil who she plays, so yeah, I'm not going to spoil that at all, but she's here. Doesn't really do much. She's kind of just the eye candy to make this film kind of marketable. They have a sex scene in there, you know, again, to make this film marketable. Do we need it? No, not at all. But it's there, you know, for reasons and nudity and hard R-ish shit. I guess I'm still trying to figure out why this film is called The Jacket. I feel like this movie was called something else, and movie producers or the distributors were like, no, we can't call it that because no one's going to know what the hell that is. We need something simple. We need something marketable. Hey, he wears a psychotic jacket throughout his sessions, so let's call it The Jacket. Boom, right there. But the jacket doesn't really play into anything. It doesn't have like any mystical powers. It wasn't like made out of witch's skin or something, and that's why he has the power to travel through time. It's just a straitjacket. It's a kind of a makeshift straitjacket with a little neck collar that's a little bit more advanced. But what helps him travel through time is him getting into the straitjacket, them injecting him with a whole bunch of drugs, and then shoving him into a morgue freezer unit, which, if it were me, I'd be freaking the fuck out because I'm pretty sure I'm claustrophobic. And he does freak out, but I think that's what gets the chemicals and the drugs going, and that's how he's able to travel through time. Traveling through time to make things happen that have already happened, but those things need to happen in order for the things that have already happened to happen. Wow! The Jacket is an alright psychological thriller. It does have some interesting points in here. I just wish that the script that these characters were given had dialogue and moments and scenery. I wish there was cinematography in here that really kept me engaged. Everything kind of felt flat and everything didn't really have energy behind it, other than the idea of the time travel and what's going on in this person's brain. I do greatly appreciate the recommendation though, David, so thank you very much for sending that over. Again, this is a movie that you'd probably find like the $2 bin at Walmart or something. I have never even heard of this, and I'm pretty sure no one else has ever heard of this either. I'm going to give The Jacket 2.5 out of 5 Blu-rays.
I found that if you have a goal, that you might not reach it. But if you don't have one, then you are never disappointed. And I gotta tell you, it feels phenomenal.
So guys, if you've seen The Jacket, what did you think about it? Or if you've never seen it before and you stumbled across because of this video, then comment below and let me know what you thought about it. And as always, if you like what you see here, if you like my take on movies, then hit the subscribe button and make sure you hit that bell so you'll know the next time I'm releasing my next movie review. So guys, I will see you next time on the channel, but in the meantime, be well, be good to each other, and go watch a movie. Take care, guys.